Hey guys, so I want to give y'all some book recommendations. I'm very excited because now that the semester is finally over, I actually have time to read. It's really hard to read for enjoyment when you have two lit classes and you're constantly reading stuff for them. And then you kind of don't even want to mix in your own stories because you might get them mixed up and you have to take quizzes and tests on, what happened in the story. I have not been able to read and it's just really stressed me out because I really like reading. It's nice to just lay in bed at night and read a book and, relax before you go to bed. So, I'm just going to give y'all some books that I think are really freaking awesome and you should definitely read. Um, I'm going to start with this really random one, and it's by Kevin Brooks, and it's called Martin Pigg, and it's amazing. Like, really, it's just about this guy named Martin Pigg, obviously, whose father dies in his house, and like the whole rest of the story is just like what he's gonna do about it, and like his friend gets involved, and it's just like a really interesting story. And like the character of Martin Pigg is just, he pulls you into the story. It's not just that you like him, he's just like he's eccentric and he's just really cool in a weird way. I don't know, I really liked it. And I think I got this from like a Goodwill or something for like $1. I mean, it's like pretty nappy looking, but whatever. I mean, it's readable. But you should definitely look into this. If you like mystery, interesting murder story things. But it was really good, and I highly recommend this book. But yeah. And then there's this one, which is not so serious at all. This is Getting Revenge on Lauren Wood. And this is by Eileen Cook. I think that's how you say it. I don't know if it's Eileen or Eileen, whatever. Either way, and basically about this girl who has like this really close friend who basically like dumps her and becomes really popular and like does this horrible thing to her and makes her have to move schools, but then she ends up going to the same school as her again, and she looks completely different, so they don't know it's like she doesn't know that it's her, and she tries to get revenge on her. It's just a really funny story, and it's a really easy read. I know that I'm 20, but like young adult novels, I can't ever talk. Young adult novels are always really fun. Well, I wouldn't say always. There's a lot of really crappy books out there, and this one was just really funny. I mean, just the front made me laugh. And I know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but if the book isn't like interesting looking, I usually don't even pick it up to see what it's about. So I don't know. This book is much thicker, and it's actually part of a trilogy. Sadly, I've only read the first one so far, but I just bought the second book, and I'm about to buy the third book, because I'm really OCD about that, and like I don't want to read the book until like I have all of them, and that way I can read them in order, like right after each other. I don't know, I don't like waiting. So this is Delirium by Lauren Oliver. I can't talk. Lauren Oliver. And this book was so good. Like during this book, it's just like my emotions were all over the place, and I was really upset, and I was really like disturbed, and like all this stuff. But this book is all about a time in history where the government actually declares that love is a disease. And when you're 18 years old, you have to go and get surgery to have a part of your brain taken out that will get rid of it so that you cannot get the disease, which of course they call amor deliria nervosa. And basically, they tell you that if you fall in love and you get this disease, you can't think right and you will harm yourself and others, etc., etc. And it's really just wow, because I mean, there's a lot of books out there about like in the future, but I don't know, this one was just so striking and so different to me because not only were the characters so like realistic, but she actually made this crazy happening really realistic, and it really did disturb me at times because I couldn't imagine, living in a world where they tell you that love is a sickness, and if you have it, then there's something wrong with you and you need to be like taken away from society. But you should definitely read this. I believe the second book is called Pandemonium, and the third book is called Requiem. And I just can't wait to buy the third book because I read this one not knowing there were going to be more. And then I bought the second one, and I'm waiting to buy the third one, and then I will end up reading this over again and, reading the rest of them. And just because I was so excited about being able to read again, I have gone ahead and started rereading one of my absolute favoritist book series of all times, which are the Georgia Nicolson books by Louise Renison, who, by the way, she's just a writing goddess. Like, really, I love her. Because this book series has been with me and has been a big part of my life since middle school. I am now currently rereading the series, I think, for the 5th time. And yes, I mean all of them. And by all of them, I mean there are 10 books in this series. They're easy to read. They are young adult novels. The words are pretty big, and they're not that long, and the pages aren't that big either. I mean, this is a small-looking book. But they are so funny. Like, I love them. I have fallen in love with the characters, and I don't know. So I'm rereading them again, and I'm now currently on the 4th book, and I just love how silly and how relatable and how awesome they are. And, like, I don't know, she makes you laugh so much. And they're so enjoyable. Like, I just love it. And the names are hilarious. I mean, like, the one that I'm reading right now is called Dancing in My Nutty Pants. And basically what they are is they're just the diary of a 14-year-old British girl. And, just like what she goes through. And her life is so ridiculous and so full of embarrassment and all this stuff that you can't help but love it. So, if you haven't read these books, you should definitely read them. All 10 of them, yes. And I'm pretty sure you can buy them like a box set now. My sister actually just went and bought every single one of them at a discount bookstore. So it's not like you can't find them. I mean, I think they were pretty popular once upon a time, maybe. But yeah, those are my book recommendations, and I'll be back with more, I'm sure, because I just bought like 100 books, and I'll be reading them after I finish rereading this series again. And so that's it. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!